Welcome to Chapter 6, and that is Steel Design using STAAD Pro. Ang code na gagamitin natin ay AISC 2010. Ito ang basis na ginamit ng NSCP 2015. And then the method is Load and Resistance Factor Design. And then track 2, ito yung degree ng detailing. So tatlo ang detailing levels. You have 0, 1, and 2. 0 yung pinaka-konti. And then level 2, yan yung pinakamaraming detail. And then, ang grade ng steel ay A36 or that is 248 megapascal. And then, ang processes na gagawin ni STAAD ay check code tsaka take off. Si check code, i-check niya ang steel members, lahat ng steel members kung pass or fail. And then, take off naman is i-compute ni STAAD kung ano ang total length tsaka total weight ng bawat section property ng steel. And then we all know that steel members are strong in tension. And then meron siyang failure which is prone to buckling. Dalawa ang types ng buckling. You have local and torsional. Sample of local buckling is deflection. So, yung column, pwede mag-deflect. Ganon din ang beam. Pwede rin siyang mag-deflect. And then, you also have torsional buckling. Or that is twisting. So, ito yung type of, isang sample ng failure ng local buckling. Ayan. And then, let us review our axis. Sa STAAD, dalawa ang axis system natin. Meron tayong global axis system wherein the y-axis is permanently vertical and then x and z-axis are horizontally directed. And then yung local axis system naman, dependent yan sa length ng member in consideration. So for example, etong I-beam section na to, obviously this is a column. Yung length nito ay directed vertically. So yung local x-axis, that is the axis parallel to its longest dimension or the length of the member. And then yung member, meron siyang two basic dimensions which is the width of the section and then the depth of the section. So yung width, that is the dimension parallel to the local z-axis. Tapos yung depth or the height of the section, that is parallel to the local y-axis. And then sa STAAD, if you will press Shift O, ipakikita niya yung local axis system. So, ang local axis system, hindi yan pare-parehas for all members. Okay? So, magde-depend yan sa member, whether it is column or beam, whether it is also beta rotated. And then, meron tayong unbraced length. So, this is the length between two bracings against a given direction. So, ang bracing, pwede itong support or pwedeng lateral support. Okay? And then, meron tayong LX. This is the length for flexural torsional buckling. And then, LY, it is the length in local y-axis for slenderness value. And then, LZ is length in local z-axis for slenderness value. Take note na dependent ito sa mga local axes. So let me open my STAAD model. For example, we have a horizontal member or ito yung beam. So sa STAAD, sample natin ito. Yan. Okay? So, pag titingnan natin sa rendering, ganyan ng, sorry, ito pala, this is concrete. Ito sa taas. Ayan. So, yan yung section. Ayan yung itsura ng beam. And then, Shift O. Ayan yung kanyang local axis. And then, let us isolate this. Selected objects only. And then, label settings. Tapos, structure. And then, full sections. Yan. Or you can also select section outline. Yan. Okay, so ito siya. Ngayon, yung local y-axis, yan, vertical. Tapos, the local x or the longitudinal axis, kulay blue, ayun siya. And then, the local z-axis, ito yung kulay green. And then, remember na yung local z-axis, dito parallel yung width ng member. And then, the height or depth is parallel to the local y or the red axis. So, ito yung kanyang symbol ng local axis. And then, ito pa rin. Ilagay ko rin dito. Next, kapag yung member, horizontal member, nilagyan natin yan ng uniform load. Okay? Uniform load, magde-deflect siya, syempre, pababa. Okay? And then, yung deflection niya, direction of deflection is downwards or it is parallel to the local y-axis. And then, ang pumipigil lamang sa deflection nito ay yung supports dun sa dulo-dulo. Ngayon, ang effective length bali ay yung the distance between the supports. And that is your L or unsupported length. And then downward uniform load will cause downward deflection of entire effective length. Now let's take the same member. Okay? Mag-a-apply tayo ngayon ng torsion load or that is MX, ano? Yan yung twisting. And then meron tayong local moment MY. And then, major bending moment, M sub Z. And then, major bending moment kasi, yung uniform load, ayan, ang nagkokos ng bending moment, M sub Z. So, that is the major. And then, pwede rin mag-twist or pwede rin mag-deflect itong member natin sidewards. At ang tawag dyan ay minor bending moment. This is about the local y-axis. Now, for minor bending moment, the direction of deflection or local buckling is parallel to local z-axis. Likewise, the deflection caused by the major bending moment is parallel to the local y-axis or that is downwards. And then, meron tayong beam dito with intermediate beams or secondary beams. So, for dito sa ating sample model, display hole structure ko lang. Ito siya. I will turn off the structure, go back to none, and then selected objects only. And then Shift O, tapos rotate. Tapos balik ko lang display hole structure, pakita ko ito. Ayan, yan yung columns. Yan siya. Okay? So, an example of this beam is this one. For this beam, the supports are obviously at the columns. Ayan. And then, this is brace lang. And then, this is girder connected to the column. Ganon din, itong beam na yan is also known as a girder. So, for me, a girder is a beam that is supported by column. Samantalang ang intermediate beam or secondary beam or stringer, ito ay mga beams na hindi siya nakapatong sa column. Ito ay nakapatong lang sa beam or girder. For this figure, let's say itong beam or girder na yan, i-expose natin siya sa torsion load MX. Okay? Ngayon, itong mga stringer or secondary or intermediate beam, tumutulong yan sa pagkontra ng torsion or ng twisting. Kaya, ang unsupported length ngayon dito sa beam na yan ay magiging tatlo. LX, this is LX, and then this is also LX. And then, nagkataon na lahat ng length niyan ay pare-parehas. Okay? So, for this beam, LX again is the length for torsional buckling, and likewise, LX is the unsupported length. Ngayon, si STAAD, ang default ng kanyang LX ay yung node-to-node distance. So, for this beam, ang LX na nire-recognize ni STAAD ay ito. So, that is 2 meters. Then, this is 2 meters. And another 2 meters. Okay? And hindi yung entire girder length. That is not LX. Okay, so again, intermediate beams assist in carrying or resisting torsion loads. So ito, this is LX, LX, ayan, hiwa-hiwalay na LX. And then, using the same beam, maglagay naman tayo ng minor bending moment load or MY. Ngayon, yung minor bending moment load, ang kanyang axis ay yung local Y axis. Okay? Again, pinapakita ko dito yung symbol ng local axis system. Okay? So, ang axis nito yung pula, or that is the local Y. And then, makikita mo rin dito yung dyan yung section ng I-beam. Okay? So, next is ang deflection na ibibigay, i-contribute nitong local moment Y is of course horizontal ang direction, no? Paganyan. And then, again, ang LY natin ay always unsupported length. Kaya, ang magiging LY natin magiging tatlo. Okay? Ayan. So, tatlo. Dahil, meron tayong intermediate beams. Take note that these beams assist in resisting deflection caused by moment Y. Okay? And then, balik tayo naman ngayon sa major bending moment MZ. Let's say, tanggalin natin ito, no? Ayan. Kunya-kunyari tinanggal natin yan. So, nag-apply tayo ngayon ng uniform load sa ibabaw. Siyempre, meron pa ring intermediate beams. But this time, itong deflection ngayon due to moment Z is downwards. Pero, sa kanyang vertical displacement, walang kumokontra. Dahil itong intermediate beams, hindi ito nagre-resist ng downward deflection. Therefore, ang LZ natin or unsupported length due to deflection now becomes the entire length of the girder. Pero, ang naka-default kay STAAD ay node-to-node distance ang kanyang unsupported length, which is yung 2 meters, this 2 meters, and then this 2 meters. So in this case, ang unsupported length ng deflection would be the total length of girder, which is yan, yung 6.0 something na total length. Okay? So this time, kailangan nating specify ang LJ. Okay? So it is not the node-to-node distance, but we have to specify that the LJ is 6.0 something. And then, balik tayo ngayon dito kay STAAD. So, display hole structure ko lang siya. And then, since still design tayo, ipapakita ko lang yung second floor columns and roof beams. Yeah. Then, I will just rotate. Tapos, selected objects only. So, ang i-highlight natin ngayon ang mga beams na magkakaparehas dahil i-identify natin kung ano ang kanilang mga unsupported lengths or LJ, LY, and LX. So, for these beams na magkaparehas, yung LX natin is default, which is node to node, and then LY, that is also default, which is node to node distance. Pero yung LJ natin, or that is the due to deflection caused by major bending moment, i-specify natin yan. Okay? Next. So, ang uunahin natin would be this, yung interior girders. Okay, so unahin natin yan. Now, let's look or let us analyze the torsion, no? Or that is M sub x. Ngayon, ang magre-resist ng twisting dyan, syempre yung intermediate members. Kaya ang unsupported length natin dito would be yung overall entire length divided by 3 kasi meron tayong intermediate members. So, yan ang kanyang LX. And then, naka-default pa rin si STAAD na node-to-node distance. So, this is due to torsional buckling. Okay? Next. So, remember, L sub x is default. Ayan o. 2.06. Take note na si 2.007 ay yan yung node-to-node distance. So, kapag node-to-node distance, we no longer need to specify. And then for minor moment, and this is still local buckling, the unsupported length LY is default again kasi meron pa rin siyang intermediate beams. So, ayan, hahatiin niya yung deflection over the entire length by 3 kasi meron tayong intermediate beams. So, ang kanyang LY is default again, which is the node-to-node distance due to connected intermediate beams. So, this is local buckling. And then, finally, is the local buckling about the z-axis. For major bending moment M sub z, ganito yung kanyang deflection. So, sa pag-determine ng LJ, LX, or LY, always look at the figure of displacement or deflection. So, for this, mapapansin nyo na buo yung girder na nag-deflect. Kaya, yan din yung length ng unsupported. Okay? So, intermediate beams no longer resist deflection. Kasi, since yung intermediate beams natin horizontal, and then yung deflection or displacement is downwards, walang naitutulong itong intermediate beams. So that is for local buckling. So finally, for this interior girders, your LX is default, your LY is default, and mag-specify tayo ngayon ng LZ na equal to 6.021, or that is the length of the beam. And then to check the length of the beam, punta tayo dito sa node tools, then you click node to node distance, i-click mo lang yan hanggang doon, and that is how I got 6.021. Kaya etong 6.021, eto yon. Okay? So next na i-determine natin ay ang 4.014. Okay. Punta naman tayo ngayon dito sa end beams. Yan. I-determine ulit natin ang kanyang unsupported lengths LX, LY, and LZ. So let's say meron tayong torsion. Yan. Meron tayong dalawang intermediate beams. Kaya tutulong yan. So unsupported length LX is default. Again, this is the node-to-node distance due to connected intermediate beams, which is equal to 2.007. And then again, since it is node-to-node and that is default, we don't need to specify anymore. Automatic na si STAAD, ang LX niyan ay node-to-node. And then next is MY. For minor bending moment MY, una natin gagawin, i-drawing natin palagi yung deflection. And yung local ay yung unsupported length, yan yun. So meron tayong tatlong unsupported length. LY, which is again node to node distance due to this connected intermediate beams. So again, we don't need to specify your LY here. Next, for local buckling due to major bending moment MZ, i-drawing ulit natin. So take note na ganito yung kanyang displacement. Meron tayong brace dito, no? Ngayon, yung bending moment MZ, it is due to this uniform load. So, ang deflection niya ngayon pababa, and you have two deflections. So, meron din tayong dalawang LZ, which is this length, 2.007. And another deflection, ayan, this is 4.014 meters, which is, ayan, dalawa. Ngayon, paano natin malalaman yan? Punta ka ulit sa Node Tools, and click mo yan. So 4.014. This time, we need to specify this 4.014 unsupported length. Ngayon, remember na itong intermediate beams, hindi yan re-resist nung vertical deflection. Etong brace lang ang nagre-resist ng vertical deflection. And that's how we get 4.014 dito sa LZ. Yan. Okay? Next, kukunin naman natin itong 6 meters. Take note, LY na ito ngayon, no? So, na-determine na natin ang mga unsupported lengths nitong beams na yan. This time, ang i-determine naman natin na unsupported lengths is ito, yung may brace. Longitudinal beams with connected brace. So, ano ang mga LX, LY, tsaka LZ niyan? So, let us isolate this beam and i-expose natin siya sa torsion. So, unsupported length again is default, which is node-to-node distance. Yan. So, merong node dito and then meron ding node dun. And that is 3 meters. This is due to connected diagonal braces. In this case, again, no need to specify your LX. And then next, i-expose naman natin siya sa horizontal deflection due to minor bending moment, MY. I-drawing natin yung kanyang displacement. This time, walang nagre-resist dito sa displacement. Kaya ang kanyang unsupported length, LY, is 6 meters. Etong bracing na yan, diagonal bracing, hindi yan nagre-resist dun sa deflection. Kaya, specify natin yung kanyang LY, which is 6 meters. And then finally, para sa major bending moment, the unsupported length LZ is 3 meters and 3 meters. You have to draw, remember, always draw the deflection. And yung deflection ang nagde-determine ng unsupported length. So this time, it is again node-to-node distance due to connected diagonal braces. So we don't need to specify LZ here anymore. So in summary, yung LX is default, yung LY is 6 meters, and then LZ is default. So that's how we get 6 meters. Finally, sa 4.5 meters naman. Now the question is, how about these girders? Kailan pa ba natin i-determine ang kanyang LX, LY, LZ? No more. Take note na itong girders na yan, walang intermediate beams, kaya magde-deflect siya in any direction over the entire length of these beams. Kaya, obviously, ang kanyang LX, LY, LZ ay node-to-node distance. Okay, so next, ang i-determine naman natin ngayon ay para sa columns. So dalawa ang columns natin dito. Meron tayong braced columns. Ayan. Tsaka meron tayong unbraced columns. Ito. So, dito tayo sa braced column. Let us isolate that. So, ganito yung figure niya, no? Probably naka-beta angle ito. Yung column na yan. And then, ito yung kanyang beam. And then, you have the diagonal brace. Then, this is the concrete members. Alright. So, i-drawing natin yung kanyang local X, local Y, and local Z axis. Take note na naka-color code pa rin yan, ano? So, the length is always blue and that refers to the local X axis. Tapos, yung width naman ng section natin is green. That refers to the local Z axis. And then, the depth is red. That refers to the local Y axis. So, ito yung kanyang 3D rendered view. Yan yung mapapansin mo yung layout ng section, which is very similar to the local x-axis, local axis system. Okay, so for torsion MX, the unsupported length is dalawa. Naka-default din siya, no? Due to connected diagonal brace. So yung LX natin na mahaba, we have 2.5, tsaka yung 2 meters. Again, this is node-to-node distance. So we don't need to specify this anymore. Next, we expose the column to minor bending moment. Always draw the, kung hindi ka sure, always draw the displacement or deflection. And the deflection defines the unsupported length. So in this case, the unsupported length LY is the entire column length, which is 4.5 meters. Ngayon, itong connected brace, these do not contribute in resisting deflection. Okay, so we need to specify this Ly na 4.5. And then finally, for major bending moment MJ, i-drawing ulit natin yung deflection. And obviously, meron tayong dalawang LJ. So we have 2.5 and 2 meters. And we don't need to specify this anymore because it is node to node distance. Kaya finally, for this braced columns, your Ly is 4.5 meters. So i-specify natin ito sa parameters, and LJ are default. And then for these unsupported columns, for torsion, the unsupported length is the entire column, which is default, which is also the node-to-node distance. For minor bending moment, the same. Ly is a node-to-node, and for bending moment MJ, LJ is also entire column length. So default lahat yan. So that's how we get the parameters LJ 6.021, LJ 4.014, Ly 6, and Ly 4.5 meters. So punta na tayo ngayon sa STAAD. So punta tayo ngayon kay so i-normalize muna natin, or let's say exit. Okay? Yan. Balik ko ulit si STAAD Pro. And then, ayan na. I-select ko lang si steel before doing that, pakita ko lang. So yung kulay blue, yan ay concrete. And then itong magenta, yan yung mga plate elements. And then itong dark blue, okay? Yan yung steel, ganon din yung brown, yan ay steel. So we will isolate these steel members. Then selected objects only, tapos ayan. In 3D rendered view, ayan siya. Okay, so ang next topic natin ay steel design naman na. So magsaset tayo ng parameters. Ito, okay? So AISC 2010, LRFD, track 2, tapos A36 steel, and the unsupported lengths. Ang gagawin ni STAAD ay check code. Ang purpose nito ay check niya lahat ng steel members kung pasado siya. And then papakita niya kung fail or pass. And you have take off, kukumputin ni STAAD ang total length and total weight ng bawat section property. Okay, so sa STAAD, natapos na ang last na ginawa natin ay gumawa ng load cases, load envelope, tsaka load combination. So let's say inopen ko na, and then design na tayo. But before going to design, pakita ko lang yung nasa last line ng command file. So ito yung last line, which is define envelope. Ang gagamitin natin sa steel design is yung strength. This is envelope 1000. Okay, so normal ang ating screen. Now we go to design. Ayan. Click this. Tapos make sure to click steel. And then make sure the current code is 36010. Dahil dyan nag-base ang ating NSCP 2015 code. And then scroll down mo lang yan. As you can see, envelope pa rin ang last line niya. We now go to load list dito. Okay? And see what will happen here, ano? Ang ating pipiliing load case load combinations ay 1,000 ay itong 100 series or the 1,000 envelope. So, let's say dito tayo pipili. So, i-select mo lang yan. Click arrow, right? Yun, meron pang 103, 104, ayan. Then, you press tingnan muna natin dito ha. Then you press OK. Oops, yun. So, minove ko lang ito, up and down. Yun na yung load list. So, balik tayo kay utilities sa command file. And then, see what happens. Yan. So, naglagay na siya ng load list. Alright. Pwede kang mag-edit dito ng parameters mo or mga commands. Like for example, pwede kong i-delete dito. Just click that, then press delete. And then yes. And then, balik tayo dito sa command file. And scroll down. Wala na siya, no? And then, balik tayo ulit kay design. Then, make sure naka-still. Then, load list again. This time, we will use select envelope. And then, we will use 1,000. Dahil yan yung strength, ano? Yung 2,000, serviceability yan. Now, you click, before clicking OK, ayan. Click natin sa OK. Then, mapansin nyo, walang nangyari. Pero pag in-move mo yan, yun, lumalabas yun. So, pag titignan mo sa command file, meron na rin yun. And then, we click define parameters. Tapos, ang uunahin natin dyan ay yung method. Take note na ito ay naka-alphabetize. So, yan yung mga parameters. Punta lang tayo kay method. And then, we choose LRFD. Then, I will click add. Yun. So, lumabas na ngayon si parameter 1. Ito yung code, 36010, and then ito yung method, and then close. After which is, punta tayo ngayon kay track. So, balik tayo kay define parameter, and then you select track. And then, merong tatlong types or levels ng track. You have track 0, track 1, track 2. Ngayon, itong track, ito yung level of detail dun sa kanyang output. So, ang default niya ay 0. Pero, that is minimum. Pero dun tayo sa maximum detail level. Okay? Then, you click add. See what happens here. Yan. So, lumabas yung track 2 and then meron siyang question mark. Ibig sabihin, kailangan i-assign natin to kung saang member ang magbibigay ng track 2. And then, we go back to define parameter. Tapos, yung grade ng steel, FYLD. Ang default niya ay 248213 or that is 836 steel. Pero palitan natin siya ng this is 248213, ano? Palitan natin siya ng 248,000. Then you click add. See what happens here. Then close. So meron din siyang question mark. Ibig sabihin, we need to assign this. Alright, I forgot. So, gawin lang natin na select natin tong second floor columns and roof beams. And then, next is mag-assign na tayo ngayon ng unsupported lengths. So, balik tayo dito kay define parameter. Then, you go now to LZ. Tapos, dito, type natin yung 6.021 add. Then, close. And then, repeat the same steps para sa 4.014, 6 meters and 4.5. Okay? So, balik tayo ngayon kay define parameter. LZ ulit. Then, 4.014. And then, see what happens here. You click add. And then, hindi na ako mag-close. Immediately, punta na ako kay LY. And then, I will type here 6. And then, add. Finally, LY ulit. And then, 4.5. And then, add. And then, finally, close. Now that we have isolated all the steel members, we will now assign track tsaka yung FYLD kay view. Okay, so we click now track 2, then click assign to view. Anyway, to be sure, highlight ko lang lahat yan. Okay, then click ko tong track 2, tapos assign to view. Pwede ring assign to selected beams kasi naka-highlight naman yan. Pero dito na ako kay assign to view. Next, dito naman kay FYLD. This time, I will select all of these. Okay? And then, I will click assign to selected beams. Pwede rin yan. And then let's see what happens in the command file. Scroll down na lang yan. Yan. So, dapat itong numbers ni ng track 2 parehas dito. Okay? Okay, so parehas sila. And then, we will now assign your LZ. Ang 6.021, i-assign natin dito sa interior girders. Okay? So, balik ako dito. And then, pag nawala yung list of parameters, you just click plus. Then, scroll down. Oh. Ngayon, bakit nawala yung ginawa natin ng mga LZ kanina? Check natin dito sa utilities. Yun, see? Actually, gumawa tayo dito ng mga parameters LZ pero may question mark. Ibig sabihin nun, hindi pa siya na i-assign kay member. Kaya, hindi rin siya pumapasok dito kay editor. Okay? So, yun ang dapat i-check nyo palagi. So, make sure na hindi siya question mark. So, in this case, gagawa ulit tayo ng mga LZ. Okay, so balik ako kay define parameters, LZ. 6.021, add. And then LZ again. 4.014, add. Tapos LY 6, add, and then LY again 4.5, and then add, and then close. Ayun, wag ka nang magpunta sa command file. And then we will assign now, so i-select mo yan, and then you click this, the interior girders, and then you rotate. Kasi kung minsan meron siyang nasa-select na ibang mga members. Okay? Now, you click Assign to Selected Beams. Tapos, yung 4.014 naman, dito natin siya i-assign. Okay? Yan. So, na-select ko na ito and then click this. Then you click Assign to Selected Beams. And then, yung 6 meters naman, dito, sa interior girders, this time, I will click that and use cursor to assign. So, click, and then click, and then click, and then click. And then, I'll press escape at isa-isahin natin yan. Make sure na naka-check itong highlight assign geometry. So, click natin yan isa-isa. Pwede mo ring display whole structure. Yan, click natin yan isa-isa. Track 2, yan. Si track 2, naka-assign lang yan sa steel. Then, FYLD. Yan. Tapos, LJ. LJ. And finally, yung 6 tsaka 4.5 meter. Okay, so, babalik ko sa second floor columns and roof beams. Then, itong 6 meters, itong 4.5, i-assign natin siya kay, ayan, sa braced columns. So, use cursor to assign. Click ko ito. Then, press escape. Then, ito yung 6. Yan yung, oops. 4.014, 6 meters, and then 4.5. Okay. So, na-check na natin lahat, no? So, balik tayo ngayon kay commands naman. Yan. So, next is check code. And then add, or wait. Select na natin yan, ano? Lahat ng steel. Okay, lahat ng steel. Pwede mo ring display whole structure, pero obviously selected pa rin ang steel. And then, punta tayo ngayon kay commands, check code, and then you click assign. See what happens. Lumabas yung check code, pero wala na yung question mark. No? Next, we click take off. And then, remember na naka-highlight pa rin itong, naka-selected pa rin yung mga steel. And then, we can directly click assign. See? Then, close. After which, dito kay window, meron tayong parameter 1 and then we have parameter 2. Dapat isang parameter lang yan. So, save your work. And then, let's go back to the editor. Then, scroll down mo lang yan. Ito yung mga ginawa natin. Track, FYLD, the unsupported lengths, check code, and then steel takeoff. Ito yung tatanggalin natin, parameter 2. Kasi, na-i-assign or nailagay na natin yan dito sa taas. So, delete that. Then, ganyan lang. Then, you click save. Tapos, exit. Then, ayan. So, dito na. See, parameter 1. You just click the plus sign. Yan na. Okay, so meron tayong code, method, track2, FYLD, LJ6, LJ4, LY6, LY4.5, check code, and take off. Next is always save your work kung confident ka na. And then we can now click run analysis. So dito yan sa analysis and design. Then you click run analysis. So you just wait a little while. Medyo mabagal yung aking computer. So meron tayong 0 errors, 0 warnings, and 7 notes. And then let's click the view output file. So dito, makikita mo yan, 0 errors, 0 warnings, 7 messages. You just click this. Anyway, yan o, yung may exclamation mark, yan yung messages. So meron siyang 7. Ito yan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Note about floor, note about floor group, okay lang yan. Capacity for plate, okay lang yung mga cases na ganyan. Importante, 0 errors and 0 warnings. And then, since successful ang ating analysis, you save your work again. Anyway, ganyan ang practice ko. Pagka successful, I always save my work. So after a successful run analysis, we will go to post-processing. Okay, click done and then click post-processing. Tapos, ang pipiliin lang natin ay envelope 1000 kasi dyan tayo mag-base ng ating design. So, i-press now, okay. And then, you click deflection dito. Kikita mo yan, deflection. And then, you can press control and scroll up, scroll down. Makikita mo yung deflection. Due to dead load, live load, ayan. Makikita mo rin dyan yung moment diagrams, tsaka shear diagrams, ayan. This is torsion, this is shear in the local Y, shear in the local Z, tapos moment, torsional moment, then moment Y, and then moment Z, tapos beam stresses, beam plates. Pero dito na tayo ngayon for steel, dito tayo kay utilization ratio. So ang utilization ratio, nagagamit lang yan kay steel members. So tanggalin natin or i-isolate natin lahat ng steel. So, ang ibig sabihin ng utilization ratio ay kapag greater than 1 ang kanyang ratio, that means failed. So, pag clinic mo tong utilization ratio, makikita mo yung mga numbers dyan. Anything na 1 or above is failed. So, ang ibig sabihin ng utilization ratio is something like load all over capacity of the member. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, yung, let's say, yung load ay 100%, ano? Tapos, yung capacity niya, let's say, 120%. So, 100 divided by 120 will give you 0.83. So, parang ganun ang ibig sabihin nun. Ngayon, kapag yung load mo naman ay 120, okay, divided by capacity na 100, ibig sabihin nun, yung load mas malaki kaysa sa capacity ng member. Ang utilization ratio mo ay 1.2, ibig sabihin, fail na yung member na yon. And then kapag 1, yung load is 100, capacity is 100, then that is equal to 1. Ibig sabihin, fail pa rin yun. So, dapat it should be less than 1 para pumasa. And then, another way of checking yung mga utilization ratio is punta tayo dito sa analytical modeling. Dito sa may geometry or sa may view. O dito tayo sa post-processing, and then you click select, tapos dito sa property name hanapin mo yung failed beams. Yan. Kapag may failed beams dyan, magmamarka yan ng pula. Okay? And then another way of checking is i-double click natin yung isang member. Double click mo yan, and then check mo yung steel design. Ayan, lalabas dito yan, pass, and then yan yung capacity ratio. Tapos ito yung critical load, yung load 102, that is the governing load combination na magproproduce ng malakas na axial forces tsaka moments. So ito yung mga critical loads. Fx is 39.79 compression, My negative 41, Mz negative 43. Tapos ito yung slenderness ratio, KL all over R. So ganun din sa beam. You can also check for beam. Ayan siya. So lahat pass, And then pwede rin nating makita sa analysis output. So dito sa utilities, sa analysis output, and then click mo lang yung steel design, then scroll down mo lang. Yan. So, or you can find the word dito sa find, you click fail, then you click find all. Yan. So kapag zero matches, ibig sabihin pass lahat. And then pag-aralan natin yung output ni steel design. So ito yung tiningnan natin kanina, and that is beam number 30. Okay, and then steel design, ayan, pass. And then dito kay analysis output, steel design, hanapin natin si beam 30. Okay, member 19. So scroll down natin kay 30. Ayan. So beam number 30. Yan na siya. Ito yung member. Ito yung member, tapos yung table or yung section, HP, tapos yung result, ito siya, pass. Dito naman, ayan yung result na pass. And then yung FX, that is the critical load na FX, ayan, 39.8 na compression. And then yung critical condition is equation H1-1B. Ito yun. Tapos, yung My, this is the critical load, negative 41.59. Ito yun. And then, the ratio is 0.304. Ito yun. Yan yung utility ratio. Tapos, yung Mz, dito sa baba niya, negative 43. Ito rin yun. And finally, the loading is 102. Ito yon. And the location is at 0, which is this. Tapos, ayan yung actual slenderness ratio, 53.54. allowable slenderness, then design forces, ayan. Yung MY, ayun, negative 41.59, ayan, may exponent dun, ano. Tapos MZ, negative 43.98. Then ito naman yung section properties. Area in the Z, section modulus, moment of inertia, area in the y axis, so forth and so on. Material properties, ito yung steel grade, 248,000. Then you have the ultimate, and then actual member length, 4 meters. Ito yung 4, ayan siya. Tapos design parameters, and then section, so forth and so on. Yan. And then finally, dito tayo kay steel takeoff. Double click mo yan. Remember na meron tayong properties. So for steel, meron tayong HP 12 by 89, that is for the columns. Sa takeoff, the total length of HP 12 by 89, or yan yung mga steel columns, is 34 meters. The total weight in kilonewtons, 43.64. Tapos itong 16 by 67, yan yung mga girders. The length, total length is 63. Then weight, 61. And then L, 100 by 100 by 10 LD. That is 39, that is 26.24 total weight. Ganon din kay W14 by 53. And then total din niya yung lahat. So which is 142.816. Okay guys, so that ends our chapter 6. So thank you for listening. Always save your work. Now, welcome to chapter 7 of our fundamentals series, and that is concrete design using STAAD Pro. Ang parameters na gagamitin natin ay ACI 2011 for the code. Dito nag-base ang ating NSCP 2015. Then, clear covers at the bottom, side, and top are 40 millimeter or 0.04. This is in terms of meter, ano? And then compressive strength of concrete, FC, that is 28 megapascal. And then our FY for main rebars, you have grade 60 or 414 megapascal. And then FY secondary or for ties and columns, this is 276 megapascal, or this is grade 40. Maximum reinforcing steel bar 25, minimum main reinforcing steel bar 16, and minimum secondary bars, this is ties and stirrups 10 mm. And then track 2. Ang commands na gagamitin natin ay for design beam and design column. So after opening your work, dito tayo kay analytical modeling, and then design, tapos concrete, and then ACI 318-2011, and then or punta muna tayo sa utilities. Command file, tapos dito maglalagay ako ng comment dito, and this is steel design. Maglalagay ako ng comment dyan, and then lahat ito gagawin kong remarks by putting an asterisk. before the line. Ibig sabihin yan, gagawin niyang remark siya. Hindi yan babasahin ni stud. Okay, and then save. So mapapansin nyo na dito sa design, okay, 36010 yung dati natin. Nawala na yan, yung laman. Naging remarks na lang. So balik tayo dito kay design. This time we will use concrete. And then 3182011. Tapos mag-load list ulit tayo. And then ang envelope natin is 1,000 again. Okay. Tapos, diretso na tayo kay dito kay select parameters. And then, lahat ito, piliin lang natin yan. Tapos, double arrow left. And then, punta tayo kay CLB. Double click mo yan. CLS. Then, CLT. Tapos, hanapin mo si FC. Double click mo rin. FY main. Ito yung mga clinic ko, ano? CLB, CLS, CLT, FC, FY main, and then FY sec. Tapos max main, min main, then min sec, tsaka track. Okay, so let's review. Ito yung selected parameters. We have CLB, CLS, CLT, FC, main, sec, max, min sec, and then track, and then let us now press OK. After which, dito na tayo kay define parameters. Piliin muna natin yung concrete members. So lahat yan ay concrete members. Tapos view selected objects only. Dahil dyan tayo mag-assign. Okay, so let us define the parameters. Yung CLB 0.04. Take note na meron tayong naka-highlight na members, columns, and concrete beams. So dito, this is 40 mm or 0.04. Pwedeng direct assign na siya. Okay, and then mapapansin nyo, ayan, meron na siyang CLB. Next, CLS 0.04 ulit. Then assign mo na kaagad. Tapos clear cover top 0.04 and then assign. And then yung ating FC is 28,000 kilopascal or 28 megapascal, then assign ulit. Tapos FY main is 414,000 or that is grade 60, then assign. FY sec is 276,000 or grade 40, assign. Ito yun, no? So may check na siya. Tapos, yung max main 25 and then 1610. Let's say 25, hindi assign ang na-click ko, kundi add. Min main 16, add. Min sec 10, assign. Track 2 and then assign. Close. And then make sure na naka-check ito. And then let us view all, display whole structure and see what happens. So this is code ACI, CLB, correct? That is so, kasi naka-check ito. Ayan. Yung max main ang walang laman. Pati yung truck. So, to assign to max main, then you have to choose first floor columns and second floor beams. Take note na naka-beams cursor tayo, kaya hindi niya maseselect yung plates. So now, balik tayo dito. Then, assign to selected beams. Or, since pare-parehas naman ang number nito, ay yung edit list, pwede mong kopyahin din yan. Okay, so copy. Then, i-click mo ito. Then, click mo yung assign to edit list. So, you can paste here. Then, assign. Ganon din dito sa minimum secondary. Paste and then assign. Then, track to. Paste. And then, assign. Okay, so, if everything looks okay, then save your work. So, next, tapos na tayo sa parameters, and then we now go to commands. Design beam and design column. So, let's say, mag-group naman tayo ngayon. Control G. Let's say, meron na pala tayong mga groups, ano? Ayan. So, check lang natin. 1F column, highlight. Yun. Tapos, 2F column, highlight. Then, 2F beam, highlight. Yan. Ang problema sa 1F column, hindi na select yung columns dito sa harapan. Ganon din sa 2F beam. Yan. Anyway, we will not be using group for the commands. So, punta na tayo ngayon kay commands and then design beam, then you click add, tapos design column, you click add, and then close. Para sa design beam, piliin natin to, and then display whole, then looks good, and then assign to selected. Tapos design column, side view tayo, then ayan. Tapos display whole, ayan, then assign to selected beams. After which is check na natin yung at command file before run analysis. Yan. So meron tayong start concrete design, but before that meron tayong perform analysis, tapos load list, and then start concrete design, and then code, tapos parameters, and then yung design commands. Then save your work and let us proceed to the analysis and design. Then you click run analysis. Dapat 008 or 007. Ayan, 007. Now let's go to view output file. Then click done. Sa output file, if you will click concrete design, makikita mo yung mga output dyan. Ito. So, unahin niya yung beam. And then, yan yung output. This is beam number 2. Then, beam number 4. Meron ding column after that. Ayan o. Si column 3. And then, full details siya. Meron siyang interaction diagram. So, let us look for the word fail. Yan. Fail. Then, find all. Yan. So, 0 matches. Looks okay naman. Then, let us close. By the way, pakita ko lang kung paano, there are other ways to perform selection, ano? So, for example, i-isolate lang natin itong lahat ng concrete members. Yan. And then, dito sa beam, yung beam, i-assign natin sa mga horizontal members. So, punta tayo ngayon kay select. Tapos, parallel to XZ. Yan. So, ibig sabihin lahat ng members parallel to the plane XZ. And see what happens, no? Then, okay. Oops, ayaw. Dito siguro, yan. Parallel to dito, XZ. Ay. Or parallel to Y. Yun. So, dito naman, let's say mag-assign tayo ng column, ano? Sa column. So, dito kay parallel to Y. Yan. So, you can now assign to selected beams. Tapos, para sa beam naman, gagawin natin, pwedeng punta tayo kay select parallel to Y. And then, you click inverse. Ito. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng hindi na-select, yun ang isa-select niya. Now, you can assign to selected beams. Okay, so that's how to do selection. And then, mag-run analysis na tayo. Then, save. And then, let us double-click beam number 2. Yan. So, ito yung property. Kikita mo dyan yung dimension, cross-sectional dimension, tapos yung length. And then, tinuro na natin kanina kung paano makita yung mga bending moments sa deflection. Dito na tayo ngayon kay concrete design. Okay, so, ito ngayon yung beam. Nakita nyo yung kulay green tsaka yung kulay blue. So, yung green, yan yung start node. Okay, tapos yung blue, yan yung end node. So, this is 7.5 meters long. Ngayon, ito naman, dito sa start node, ibig sabihin yan, maglalagay ka dito ng 7 pieces na 16 mm. Ngayon, start node yan kasi ito yung range 0 to 2025.88 mm. Okay? So, dyan ka maglalagay ng pitong 16 mm. Yan, pito. And then, dito naman sa distance na 5.16 up to 7.5 meters, dyan ka ulit maglalagay ng pitong 16 mm. And then, try natin itong beam number 4. Okay? So, this beam is 6 meters long, yung concrete design niya, at 0 to 2.23 meters, tatlong 20 mm. Yan. And then, from 4.16 meters to 6 meter, dito sa end niya, towards the end, maglalagay ka ng 4 na 16 mm. So, yan yun. And then, sa ilalim, 3 pieces na 16 mm ang ilalagay mo. Okay? So, from 1.41 meters to 4.83 meters. Pero, of course, lagyan mo na yung entire bottom ng beam. Okay? And then, ito naman yung mga design loads niya. It is 100 load case 102, load case 103. Ayan yung mga design moments, ano? So, positive moment and then negative moment. Yung positive moment, dyan ang galing yung 3 pieces na 16 mm. Tapos yung negative 176, saka yung negative 140, yan yung mga top bars natin. Tapos yung design parameters, ito yung Fy, Fc, tapos depth. This is the section of the beam, the width, and then the length. Now this is beam number 4. And then yung stirrups naman niya, dito sa left support or malapit sa start node, maglagay ka ng 11 pieces na 10 mm with spacing of 271 mm center to center. And then dito, sa other end, you have 11 pieces na 10 mm at 271 mm center to center. So this is beam number 4. Tabi lang natin yan. Alternatively, pwede rin natin siyang makita sa analysis output. And go to concrete design. Hanapin natin si beam number 4. And let us compare. Beam number 2, beam number 4. Ayan siya. So, naka-track 2 tayo para mataas or marami ang ilalagay niyang details. Then, yung critical positive moment niya, 67.62. That is at 3,000 millimeters. That is load 102. And then, ang required steel niya, 451 millimeters square. Yan yung steel ratio, maximum steel ratio, and minimum steel ratio. And then, you have crack moment of inertia. Tapos, yung critical negative moment naman, ito yung nasa support, no? At 0 meters. 176, ay 176.68 kilonewton meter. And 0 meter, ibig sabihin yan, nandito siya sa may green. Yan yung moment dyan. Tapos, yung critical negative moment at 6 meters naman, dito sa kabilang dulo, yan yung moment, 140.03. Yun yung design moment, which is given by load 103. Then you have the required steel. Then you have the required crack moment of inertia. And then, to verify this, pwede nating tingnan itong beam na yan. So, punta tayo kay post-processing. Then, okay lang natin. I-isolate natin. Ayan. Tapos, punta tayo kay results. And then, click natin tong moment Z. Tapos, click natin tong envelope. And then, click natin yung annotate. Tapos, beam results, ends, maximum, and then annotate. Okay. Yan. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, hahanapin ni STAAD yung mga maximum moments using the envelope. Okay? Yan. Take note na si envelope, lahat ng combinations na 100 series. So, dito sa start node, 176, which is, ayan, 0. And then, 140.025 sa 6 meter end. And then, yung positive moment, 67.62. It is at midspan 3 meters. Okay? And then, makikita rin natin dito yung shear. guess that's it. Ay, wala. Hindi pala pinakita dito yung shear. Okay, sorry. And then, next naman is column tayo. So, view. And then, display whole structure. Let us go to beam number 1. Okay, results. Off muna natin yan. Then, this is beam number 1. Yan, double click natin. So sa concrete design, yan yung section. Makita natin na ang pinili niyang load ay 101. Then ang PU niya 312.87, MZ 143, MY 59.66. Ang technique ni STAAD sa pag-select ng load is, I think, hinahanap nyo yung combination na magbibigay ng pinakamalaking steel area required. Okay, so ito yung parameters, and then ang required AS nya is 36,000, 3,600, and then your AS 1.047, then bar size 20 mm, and then bar number is 12 pieces. Ayan. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces na 20 mm. Now, let's look beam number 1 dito. So, design column na siya. So, ayan. Column number 1. Yan. So, in here, ang detailing niya ay still track number 2. Mag-start siya sa ayan, yung properties ng steel and concrete, and then you have the size. Tapos, sabi niya, only minimum steel is required. Okay, so, which is 3,600. And then, ito yung kanyang bar configuration. 12 pieces na 20 mm. And then, reinforcement percentage, 1.04. You have the load, the capacity reduction factor phi, and then yung ties. And then, you have the column interaction diagram. You can do this actually sa reinforced concrete design, no? And ang detailing naman nito, you have 12 pieces na 20 mm. Ito. Tapos, yung ties niya, 10 pieces na spaced at 320 mm. Okay, so that's it. Meron din yung concrete design, and save your work after having a successful run. So guys, that ends chapter 7, the design of reinforced concrete.